Hi there.
Hello.
Hey.
So can you tell me who you all are?
No, we can't.
Yeah, we're ready to play. I'm kidding.
You don't
Go,
get to
Hannah.
know things about us.
We are Hoity-Toity.
What are you, the cops?
We're Hoity-Toity. We're an all-girl band from Redlands, California, and we're very happy to be here.
Awesome. So the usual story of friends forming a band isn't really how you all got started. I'm curious how you all met and when you feel your band has found its stride with its dynamic.
They found me online.
Yeah.
They stole Tana from another band.
Our original drummer is no longer here, hence Tara. But
God
Tara's
rest her
like the
soul.
newest member. She's been playing with us for like a couple months now, right? Yeah, like 6 months now.
We also stole her from another band.
Yeah, we stole her. We stole Tana from like a heavy like metal
Metalcore
screamo band like a really long time ago. And I started off as the keyboardist because I auditioned to be the lead singer and I didn't make it because I freaking sucked. But now I'm good, so I'm the lead singer.
She found a flyer.
Yeah, I found a flyer at, like, I was taking voice lessons somewhere, and I found a flyer, and my mom forced me into it, but now
Your
I
mom
like
forced
it. Yeah,
you to
my
be
mom
part of
forced-
Hoity-Toity?
Yeah, she was like, go call the number for the band. I was like, no, Mom, that's lame. But it wasn't lame.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how was that, I guess? When did it stop being lame, I guess?
I guess
About a year and a half after I joined.
I guess after, like, we started playing shows, and I realized how fun it was, I guess. And, you know, I'm sure they can all agree that playing shows live and, you know, practices can sometimes be grueling. But honestly, like, practice is kind of fun for me. And maybe it's not fun for you, but
I still think we could maybe do it somewhere with air conditioning.
that's true, yeah. Our practice space doesn't have air conditioning, but we're working on it.
That's brutal, but that's really brutal. So speaking of shows and all that, you all are originally from the Redlands. I'm curious, when did you start being an LA band? At a certain point, you transitioned from being like a Redlands band to an LA band. So I'm curious about that.
Because they stopped
transition.
having venues in the Inland Empire, basically.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like there's not much of a music scene.
We used to play a
around
lot
Redlands.
there was some like local venues in Riverside and San Bernardino, but they all closed down. And like the only stuff left is bars, really. And so, I mean, LA also kind of has that problem. There's not a whole lot of all ages venues in LA either, but it's just a bigger place, more stuff going on. So we tend to play in LA and Orange County the most. And then we just played in San Diego recently. We're trying to kind of do
Yeah.
more out there.
I feel like we've started playing in LA like more often, maybe like a year ago. It hasn't been, you know, because we've always wanted
we started
to,
doing a lot of LA shows like right at the beginning of 2020
Yeah.
before everything shut down.
Indeed, yeah. And then we kind of had a little break when the pandemic hit. And so we were doing a lot of like online things. We did a lot of streaming shows and stuff like that. But then, yeah, because we were always like, let's get in LA, like let's play more LA shows. And we did. And now we're like, dang, LA crowds are so jaded. Like,
It's
Diego's
hit or miss.
cool.
Sometimes they're like really good, and then sometimes you'll like play to a packed room and you're like so excited, and then everybody the whole set is like just standing there, arms crossed, kind of like vaguely nodding, and you're like, do they hate us?
Yeah.
And then you get off the stage and they're like, that was so cool, and I'm like, I wouldn't know.
yeah. Show it then.
Did
huh?
you like us?
So you mentioned like being online, and honestly, it would be criminal for me if I didn't ask about this because you all are TikTok famous. I'm curious.
Aria's TikTok famous.
Yeah, I'm TikTok famous.
To be honest, I saw you on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, she's cool. And then I saw that like Hoity-Toity was a thing, and then you were part of Hoity-Toity. I'm like, oh my god. But I'm curious, like, because you guys are getting like hits and hits and hits on TikTok. When did that start rolling in, I guess?
I mean, I started doing it right at the beginning of 2020. And I kind of kept doing it throughout the pandemic. But it didn't really take off until like right at the beginning of this year was when it's like, I just started like kind of going crazy on it.
For real.
And I don't know. It just kind of took a little while to develop. Honestly, like for most of 2021, it was like super dead on TikTok, and Instagram was popping. And then like for some reason, literally New Year's Eve, I posted a TikTok that like just got a lot of views, and then since then, TikTok's been popping and Instagram has been dead. I don't know why.
Yeah, Instagram with their ads every like other post. That freaking sucks.
Has that helped you out at all? Like the TikTok, I guess?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Aria comes up with, she has really good ideas for TikToks for us.
I'm very
and, like,
funny.
We'll get in on them. So we're just riding off her fame, you know.
I try to get them in more TikToks, but they're always like, no, I don't look good today.
Because it's like we show up for practice all bummy, and she's like, all right, let's do a TikTok. And
Well,
I'm like,
you know,
wait.
the two things that would help. One, we could do the TikToks at the beginning of practice. Or two, if we did them at the end, we could have air conditioning.
Oh, that's true.
I'm complaining about air conditioning. It's about to get cold, and then I'm going to be complaining about heat.
Yeah,
But, you know.
we'll figure it out eventually. All right.
So your EP, Not Your Kind, is great. I've been listening to it for the past like month, basically.
Oh, sick.
It's a
you.
tight bundle of songs, but also I love what I love about the rollout is a year later you dropped an 8-bit remix of the EP. Which I also love. Can you talk about that?
Oh, you do? Wow. Literally, no one's ever mentioned the 8-bit.
Yeah, nobody talks about it. Honestly, I mean, we didn't promote it that hard because, you know, we just kind of had other stuff going on. But that was just kind of, there was like a big lull. We were writing new music, and I was like, well, I want to like have something out because we weren't playing shows. This was like at the beginning of the pandemic. There wasn't a lot of virtual shows going on either. Like, and the ones that were happening were like kind of very low budget. You know, it was like just like kind of one iPhone across the room in the corner, and you know, you playing on Instagram Live or whatever. Later on, we started doing ones that were like studio type stuff, and that was pretty cool. But we didn't have anything really going on, and so I was like, we got to do something to remind people that we exist. So I was like, what if I just, you know, did a little remix? So
8-bit.
I just went in Logic and just kind of chip tuned the songs out, and then dropped it, and then a couple other bands actually ended up hiring me to do 8-bit remixes of their songs after that. But I don't know if they all came out because I think some of them might not have.
How tedious is it?
Tragic.
You know, it's honestly not as tedious as you would think. I mean, but it's a lot harder with other bands. It's easy for us because it's like I know intimately every layer that we recorded, you know. With other bands, it was like I have to like really listen for like all the extra stuff and whatever and kind of approximate it. But it's also not like true 8-bit. Like it's got too many channels to like actually be played on like an 8-bit system. But, you know, it's just the aesthetics. I don't know
That's
anything
what it
about
sounds
technology.
Like, so that's all that matters.
Well, I think it's great. So in your live performances, you tend to cover really interesting songs. This one's, I mean, it's not interesting, but the My Chem song is great. But what I love is your Teen Titans cover.
Oh my God.
I'm curious what makes a good cover for you.
Well, that one happened because we were playing, the festival that we played that at originally was called Be a Hero Fest because it was headlined by this local band called From Zero to Hero, and it was like their thing. So everybody was like encouraged to dress as superheroes. I think it was only like us and 2 other bands that actually did.
Yeah.
But
We're like the only ones that ever participate.
yeah, because people think they're too cool. People show up to shows in a t-shirt and jeans. What a loser. What kind of a loser would do that? And
Real quick, I had no idea about this Teen Titans cover since I'm the noob, and now I'm nerding out.
this was
Like, when did this-
2018, yeah.
What?
Oh my
People
God.
have
I
mentioned
just
it
recently
before.
binged that whole show. Like I had never seen it before.
It's a really
so
good
now
show.
I like need to hear this.
I don't think
Yeah.
Shelby's ever seen it.
No, I haven't. But we usually pick covers that like we'll try a lot of covers, and sometimes there'll be a hit or miss. Like if we
Mostly
don't
miss.
feel if we don't feel the energy, even if we play it fine, if it's just not something that we're like, oh, I don't think that would be good to play live.
There's like a good 20-25 songs that we'd covered once and never played again.
Yeah.
So I looked up your set list for this private show, I think, and it said that All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey was one of the songs
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, we didn't.
like a medley.
Yeah, we
thing.
didn't actually play All I Want for. Where did you find that?
Yeah,
We
you
usually play.
Oh, you guys
deep.
did it for real?
Yeah.
Was that before I was in the band?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's crazy.
You
I thought it was the Winter Break Fest that we did.
I thought that's what he was talking about, too.
We did last December. We did this local festival called Winter Break Fest in Highland, and it was in between songs, we did like little interludes that were like Christmas songs. So we did like All I Want for Christmas Is You and like a bunch of other like Christmas Carol type stuff. I didn't know you guys actually like did the song for real at one point.
I didn't remember doing that either.
But
Again, we were the,
definitely did.
That was
we were the
before
only
I was
one
in
who
the
did
band then.
Christmas songs that show, a Christmas show.
So you dropped your EP in 2019. Once again, I'm going to praise it. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm curious. It's been 3 years. Are you working on anything right now, or where are you
Yeah,
at
we
with
just
it?
got masters back, so we have we're planning out a release schedule, but we're gonna have new music coming out pretty soon, pretty
Yeah,
darn soon.
A good amount of it.
Any insight I can get?
Yeah, there's gonna be a single which we're gonna play today, and it's called "Playing the Game." And then there's also going to be a 5-track EP containing "Playing the Game." And then there may or may not be another 5-track EP that we already recorded that will come out after that.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
may or
That's
may
so
not.
cool. Why not a full album?
Well, 2 reasons. One, because I feel like if we dropped 10 songs, people would only listen to the first 5 anyway, and then like get tired of it. I mean, like some people still listen to albums, but I feel like that's just not like as big of a thing anymore. And then the other reason is just that like it allows us to, we don't have a lot of money, so it allows us to kind of stretch the release schedule out and stay in people's heads and keep having things to release. And also it's like they're kind of different vibes. So one of them, like the first one's going to be a little more like indie pop, like alternative pop rock kind of stuff, and then the other one's going to be kind of more like 2000s emo, like radio pop punk type stuff, and then a little bit of like darker kind of slower stuff too.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
just sound different.
they're just kind of different vibes, and it's like if it was one album it wouldn't flow as well, and also like we would just kind of drop it and then that would be it. So we kind of want to stay being able to be like, hey, we got new stuff coming out, and then more, and then more.
Yeah, especially with streaming nowadays, it's totally changed up the way I feel like you should be releasing music. A lot of people release like singles at a time, because streaming has made it very different. You don't go out and buy like physical albums as much. So if we release something, that's content, and release another thing, that's more content. So yeah. It's
Cool.
like
Just
that.
trying to stay hip.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it. You're on TikTok, so there you go. With the kids. Is there anything else we should look out for in the near future?
Yeah, on October 30th, we are playing at the Troubadour, which I've never actually even been there. I think you
I've
said
never
you've
been
been
there.
there, right, Tana?
I've been there.
Yeah, I've never been there, but I'm excited. It's going to be it's Cheek Face's album release show. I don't know why it's the album release show, because the album's actually already out. It's very good. But album release show for Cheek Face, October 30th. It's going to be them, Sad Park, and us opening, and that's tickets are on sale. You can get tickets. Link in bio
Yeah.
on any of our social media.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.